this week on the Isaac Carree Show?
I'm taking accountability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just giving us context.
That's it.
Yeah.
I done been to treatment.
Okay.
More than once.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and me taking accountability is me sitting on this couch talking about it.
Come on.
And still singing in the churches, knowing that they're going to think this way and think that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Still showing my face.
Yes, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Walking around, I don't want to get there because then
No, come on.
I'll feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't nobody out here trying to just do this and just do that and want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I just want you to stay out my business.
First off, they done get that boy show. Some of y'all like, hell no. But heaven only knows what he gon' say. On any given day, it might be cray. Still gonna be at church on Sunday, yeah. It's about life and love and all of the above, yeah. Only God can judge, that ain't me. You can speak your truth, ain't nothing they can do. It's a safe space with Isaac Carree. Ooh-wee. The Isaac Carree Show. The Isaac Carree Show.
Welcome to the Isaac Carree Show. Make some noise! Woo! Listen to me. I'm telling you, where we promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help us, God. We ain't lying. It's our truth, and y'all can't do nothing about it. I need you to do me a favor before we get started. You know what we do every single show. I need you to hit that subscribe button. Hit it now, please. Hit it with love. I need love, and hit it with care, because care matters. And then I need you to like it, and then I need you to share it with everybody. We want everybody to know that Isaac Carree Show is in the building, and anytime I come on, y'all got it, okay? Do that for your boy. Listen, today's show, good God Almighty. Woo! This show, I have foresight. I'm not trying to prophesy, but I got foresight. I think this show is going to change all of our lives. I think we're all going to get better. We're going to get information, and we're going to get better because of this show. I have a special person here with me today, and we ain't going to waste no time because I need every second of this. She is one of the greatest gospel singers and singers, period, in the world. In 2010, she was the winner of Season 3 Sunday Best on BET. She made a profound impact on the gospel music industry with her debut album, The Awakening of Leandria Johnson, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Gospel charts, staying in the top 10 for over 20 weeks. They don't do that no more. She won her first Grammy in 2011 for Best Gospel Contemporary Christian Musical Performance for her single, Jesus, and continued to release chart-topping albums, including The Evolution of Leandria Johnson and Leandria Johnson, The Experience. Johnson has received multiple awards, including Best Female Gospel Artist at the Digital Gospel Music Awards and the Stellar Awards Best Contemporary Female Vocalist. She was also nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Gospel Album. In addition to her music career, Leandria founded Imperfect People Changing Ministries in 2013, where she served as pastor, and iProgress, an outreach initiative in Atlanta. She also appeared on Preachers of Atlanta, Kingdom Business with Your Boy, and she did a tribute to Tommy on the Martin Reunion Show. Leandria uses her platform to inspire and uplift others through her unique approach to ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to start screaming right now. The one and only Leandria Johnson is in the building! Sis!
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, I'm here.
Yo, I want to give you your flowers. I want the people to know your story. I want people to know how great you are. I want people to know how amazing you are. I want people to know how we've been doing life before the world knew you. Mm-hmm. Before the world knew you, we start doing life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring you here, man. I'm so happy to see you look good.
Thank you.
You look like new money.
Thank you, then.
My God.
Yes, sir.
Sis, listen, we're going to jump in. I want to start from the beginning. I remember New Orleans, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. You walked into this audition barefoot. Now, here's the thing about that. People thought you were homeless. But 2025, when you sing, to this day, you take your shoes off. It was a thing. We didn't know it then because we didn't know you.
Right.
It was a thing. It's like she in her zone.
Yeah.
And you walked in, and when you opened your mouth, it's probably one of the greatest sounds I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
I've never heard somebody sing so skillfully, so passionately, with so much conviction. And you stood flat-footed and wore everybody. I have never, probably the only person I've ever seen do that with my own eyes is Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
You are incredible. Sis, tell us about the journey. What made you even come to New Orleans, audition for Sunday Best? What was that like?
Well, like you said, a lot of people didn't know. At the time, I had lost my house through foreclosure. So I was renting, and the owner, he went through foreclosure. So it was just like an abrupt move. And I was like, damn, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
You know, and I had 3 kids at the time, 1 infant. And it was just like, okay, so what am I going to do? I had to move in with my parents. And my best friend at the time, she was like, man, you know, by this time it was season 2 of Sunday Best. So I done seen season 1, season 2, and I'm just in my space rooting everybody else on. You know, no idea, not wanting to contest or anything. I was just like, man. She came to me and she was like, listen, you need to try it. I was like, how? I don't got nowhere to go. I don't know where to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just staying with my parents. That's all I have. She was like, just do it. By this time, this was a Tuesday. She was telling me the auditions were Friday.
Right.
You know, so I didn't have a car then. I didn't have none of that. So I had to rely on someone, a family friend. And I was like, she said I should do this. We should do this. They provided what they needed to provide for his money, transportation, and my deceased brother and my deceased uncle, rest in heaven.
Yeah.
They drove me. It was 11 hours, I believe. And we rode. And the thing about it is I rode and, you know, what I had on, because we had to make the auditions, you know, like, so what I had on is what I rode in.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't do nothing but just check into the hotel and, you know, do a little spruce up, you know, a little spruce up and go on in and go and get to work. And I'll never forget, I seen all these beautiful ladies and these beautiful gentlemen and handsome gentlemen, rather. They all dressed up, they all together. And you could hear, you know, in the background, you know, they're going to judge you off your appearance. You know, you might want to just go ahead on and just go on. And I'm just hearing all of this. So I got out of the line. And I got out of the line. And I was like, man, Unc, they talking about they going to judge me on my appearance. He was like, did you come here to be seen or did you come here to be heard? Ooh. And I was like, well, I come in to sing. He's like, get back in the line. And that was a long line. That was a long time. Yeah. Like 14, almost, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not over-exaggerating, like 14 hours, I ain't gonna lie. It was, you know how it was. Yes. Then, so I got back in the line and I dealt with whatever I had to deal with to get to where I needed to be. And here I am.
Yo, y'all make some noise for that right there.
Here I am.
I know people who wouldn't have stood in line for 14 minutes.
Yeah, and I was in flats. I was in like sandals.
Yo, Lee, that's so crazy. So you came in, you got through the audition, you blew all the judges away. Kirk, everybody going crazy. Never forget, that year was so unique. Mm-hmm. It was one of the, first of all, it was the best season. No shade to any other season, not shading any of the winners, but it was the best season because it was so unique. Mm-hmm. The band that we had, the singers that we had. Yes. And then the talent that we had. Mm-hmm. You were literally up against, Elder Goldwyn had to be 78, 80 back then. Yeah. And he's still alive. So he got to be 140. Easy. He got to be. He's still singing too. Yeah. And I was like, Lee, this woman is going toe to, Leandra, that was a heavyweight battle.
It was.
Because it was like, this old man was old, but he could sing.
Yeah.
He was ice cream cone.
He was coming.
And then you would go deeper.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were just like, it was like one of the greatest tennis matches I've ever seen in my life, right? And when you came to rehearsals, we had PJ Morton as a keyboard player.
Yeah.
PJ Morton.
Right.
Like 6-time Grammy Award winner, now PJ Morton.
Yeah.
Corey Henry.
Yes.
3-4-time Grammy Award winner. Stanley Brown.
Yeah.
You had, I was there, A Nation was there, Charmaine was there. There were so many singers that were there. And we put this sound together, tailor-made for you guys, the creativity, the musical creativity that like it's never been done like that before. It was like tailored for you, tailored for him.
Yeah.
And you walked the dog in that place.
Man.
I've never seen anything like it. With that being said, Leandria, what was it like for you when outside of Florida, where you're from, outside of singing at your church, outside of singing places you may have sung, when you got on that platform, people that you probably grew up listening to, you knew, when they responded the way they responded, what did that do to you as a person who stood in the line for 14 hours, who drove 11 hours to get there? What did that do to you as a person?
It changed a lot, you know. Dreams were made to come true.
Yeah.
And even you, I freaked out over you when I saw you.
Now stop.
You know, I did.
Leon, you don't got to do that. Keep going.
No, I'm just saying.
Andrew,
you want
don't
me
have
to
do
you
that
want
on my
me to
show. Keep
tell
going.
the truth. So I freaked out over you. I was like, oh my God, like this Isaac Carree, like, yo, like I listened to Men of Stand Up was mine, you know.
Yeah.
That was my little getaway music. You know, if I wanted to feel a little extra, you know,
Yes, sir.
I was able to
We were a
do
little
it.
sexy gospel
What?
group. Huh? We had a little
Yeah.
sexy. We was a cross between Commission and the Wine.
Man, I'm telling you, it was just able to see you and to be around people you grew up listening to and their response to you. It was amazing. But little did they know, or y'all knew at the time, this was a troubled individual.
Jesus.
Troubled individual, but happy and so proud all at the same time. And so I'm trying to mask emotions. I'm trying to keep from certain emotions coming out. So it was an explosion. It was an explosion type feeling.
I remember being in New Orleans during the whole audition process, and I remember coming to you after maybe like a week or two we were there, and you was just killing every rehearsal, every performance, every show. It was magical. I mean, Charmaine in here. Did Charmaine leave? Yo, she was there, bro.
Oh yeah.
It was the craziest thing we had ever seen. And I remember coming to you, and I saw, and I'm gonna use this word loosely, and I'm not gonna call any names. I may, but I saw vultures coming at you, and all them niggas saw was money. They saw money and opportunity. And I looked at you, and I pulled you. I said, Lee, don't let these niggas get you hemmed up, trying to sign you, trying to work side deals to manage you, because all they see is money. It wasn't hard. It wasn't passion. It wasn't like, we gonna make sure we look out for her. We gonna make sure that her business is in order. We gonna make sure we get her the right. It wasn't none of that. It was, we want to ride her coattail to the top.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly where you went. You went to the top.
Yeah.
And they were trying to ride with you. And you was like, bro, I got you. And I'm telling you, I love the fact that since I've known you from day one, you've always had a crew of people that kept it real with you, which in return is what we get.
Yeah.
We get the realest person. We get a real, raw, on stage you real. You walk, you not traditional. You not gonna stand on the stage for long. You go take your shoes off. You go walk in the audience and you go sing people through the floor. You're so raw. You don't care what you say. You don't care what you do. It's like, yo, it's me. And I think what comes from the heart reaches the heart.
Yeah.
For me, what does that do for you when you are living your organic self, living in your truth, and then people always have something to say about that ain't the way it should be if you save. That ain't the way you should do it if you this. Like, what do you say?
Well, what I said kind of like, you know, it damaged some things, you know, because at first I was like, fuck them, you know, and then when I said that, of course, it was just a whole break in my career, a whole break in my family, so those were not the right words, I guess, at the time, but that's how I felt.
Right.
Because when you teach me that love and compassion, is greater than, hate and everything, and then I do that, and then I fall, and I'm fall so many times, and you're not there to, be receivable, then where else would you go? Where else would your mind go?
Yeah.
Because then you start thinking like, well, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's dealing with this?
Sure.
I can't be. Because now I done been seeing some things.
Mm-hmm. Come
I
on.
done seen some things,
on.
but I ain't say none. I ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to me being seen, then everybody got something to say. So at that moment, I'm just like, either whether I'm doing good or whether I'm doing bad, they're going to have something to say. And trust me, this is just a first level of what I'm explaining.
Yeah.
Is deeper than this.
100%.
But somebody told me a long time ago, actually it was Kirk Franklin. He was like, everybody has a right to their opinion.
Yeah.
So when he said that, I had to learn how to, gather those thoughts and just kind of express myself a little differently. But of course, I leaned on some other things, and yeah.
So we gonna get there.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt the pressure to have to live this perfect, upright life as a gospel singer to appease and please church people?
Never.
Never.
And
Can
I
I
know.
say something to you? Hold on. I envy you. No,
Why?
I do.
Why?
I'm being transparent. I'm being dead serious.
Okay.
I envy you because I was always taught I had to. I was always taught I had to.
Wow.
This is what you gotta do. You gotta say this. You gotta do this. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
When I'm seeing them doing the opposite of what they're commanding me to do.
Right. I heard those things. I heard those words, but I'm not going to. It's hard for me to see what I'm seeing and then watch you tell somebody what not to do, and I'm watching you do it.
Watching you do it.
So at the end of the day, and I couldn't have a voice really back then to really speak out. You stayed in your place. But when I became an adult and had my own, that's when, not on purpose, it just came out. It just came out of me. So, do I regret certain decisions? I regret how I said it.
Okay.
But if I had to go through it again, I'll probably say it the same way. I'm just trying to, just trying to let the people know, like, if you could wake up in the morning and know how you want your day to be, and that happens every day, that's gravy.
100%.
But you know yourself, I don't care what kind of God you serve, and I'm finna go there.
Let's go.
You could plan out your day the way you want it to be, but it ain't gonna go the way you want it to be.
That's right.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Because life happens.
Exactly. But thank God for God.
Thank God for God. Thank God for grace.
Yes.
So here's the thing. So when life happens and it doesn't go that way, why do you feel that see, this is my thing. I don't like when people try to dictate how you respond to your situation.
Okay.
When you deal with traumas, when you deal with situations, loss, whatever the case may be, people then try to dictate how they feel you should respond based off their lens, but they not you.
Not.
So why is it that you feel so comfortable being yourself, saying what you want to say, doing what you feel like doing? It's like, it's me.
Yeah.
Now, if you fool with me, this is what you get.
That's it.
If you don't, deuce.
That's it.
What makes you feel so comfortable to do that, and why don't you give a damn?
I mean, because the and I'm gonna just go ahead on and say it. Now the drunk in me is the drunk in me. Don't come to the sober me talking about the drunk in me, because I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
That's two totally different people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So fall in love with all of me. And at this moment, the drunk in me is still a part of me. if that wasn't contradictive. I hope that wasn't contradictive.
No,
and
I totally understood.
I hope somebody got what I just said.
No, I totally understood what you said.
You know, because my situation is not your situation. You only see what I allow you to see.
100%.
Period.
Yeah.
So people be like, I read a few of the comments. Oh, she putting us in her business. She said, stay out of my business. No, she's putting us in her business. No, I'm not. I didn't volunteer my mugshot. I didn't say, hey guys, here you go, another one. But I had to realize that it's never fun and games when I'm putting myself in those type of situations because I'm a mother.
Yes.
I'm a mother of 4 beautiful children that are of age and they could see. But see, with them, they see the beginning of that process. They see the beginning of that drunken night. They see the beginning of that drunken post on Instagram. They see the journey, shall I say.
Yeah.
You know, people out there don't see that. So they don't know what it is that's going on, you know. But, I mean, I don't know. And it's something still to this day that I'm still trying to figure out. What makes me pick up my phone when I'm in that situation?
I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, what the hell is she doing? Why,
Seriously.
What is it? Is it a magnet on your phone when you drink?
I don't
So let me ask you a
know.
question. Let's get to it. Do you have a drinking problem?
I do have a problem.
You do have a drinking
I
problem?
do have a drinking problem when it relates to me wanting to feel a certain kind of way. And when I want to numb something, I will go in. I will go in. How many people go in, but you don't hear about it? They go in. You don't hear nothing about it. But me, I'm just, if everything was okay, if I was the gospel singer that everything was okay, like some of them that are still out right now, we don't know what they're going through because it's their business to show whatever they want to show. But if they fall in front of somebody, then they're going to get, you know, they're going to be, what's the correct word? Not drugged.
Drug.
They'll get drugged.
You know,
They're going to get drugged. And it's just, they're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with that because I said it in the beginning. This is a problem. From the beginning, I never hid it. I never tried to hide it. I just, you know, come to know me, all of me. If you can start there, then, you know, the world will be a better place if everybody just really focus on what they got going on, opposed to what somebody else got going on. And I know that sounds very, you know, shallow or whatever, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, and I've never been able to really be able to express a lot of things, but I feel comfortable on your show because I feel you get it, your team get it, and I hope I'm answering.
You are. You're doing
the
more
question.
than enough.
You know.
I want to say this though, Lee. Is there anything specifically that led you to feeling like I got to drink in a situation like that? Is there any specific thing? I know things happen in life, and I've made decisions in my life sometimes. I'll be like, you know, whatever, and I'll do some stupid crap, right? But is there anything specific that led you there? And when you got there, it's like, okay, it became a coping mechanism for you, and you got stuck and you can't get out?
Well, like you said, everybody has things that they go through.
Everybody.
I get it. So I'm not saying that I'm drinking because somebody talked about me. Or I'm not drinking because I got fibroids, you know, and I want a hysterectomy. Or I'm just being candid.
Yeah, please.
And you know, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about me having to fight with or dealing with the fact that I was a PK.
Talk about it.
I hate it. I hated being a PK. Still haunts me to this day that I was a PK. I just wanted to be a regular child. And I couldn't. I couldn't. And I was taunted. I used to get beat up every day because I could sing and they couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff started young, you know, so it wasn't just going to church and dealing with, whatever you had to deal with them, and then go out into civilization, don't know how to live this thing called life because all you taught is Jesus, Jesus, Jesus,
yeah,
Jesus,
sure.
Jesus, God, God, God. So the only time I felt normal was when I was in church. And the story, it'll be in my book, but it just starts
Okay, book.
it starts from young. And I said, if I ever have children, if I ever have kids, I would never raise them the way I was raised.
100%.
And I
100%.
started, I didn't like God. I was like, well, hell, I mean, what you mean? Forgiveness. What do you mean love? I don't feel this. And I'm a child.
Yeah.
So it's different. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But anyway, so that will be one of the reasons I'll sit. And if I start drinking and start thinking about that, then I believe that's the trigger. I believe that's what makes me just be like, you know what, damn it. That did happen to me. I forgot that. I forgot I was molested.
Oh, come on, Lee.
Because I had to purposely block stuff out.
Come on, Lee.
Dang, that did happen to me, didn't it? Oh, man. Being followed home from school and can't really say nothing to your parents because you don't even know if they're going to say anything about it or not. Having to wait years before you can tell your parents you were molested by a family member.
Jesus.
So that's what it is. And I'm not joking right now.
Yeah.
I started drinking because of a certain situation, but the more I drink, my mind just drifts, and then that pain comes back. It comes back, and then I get angry, and I'll just be like, man, all right. Dang, that could be what it is.
Yeah. So have you...
What you think? You think?
No, I definitely think. I think traumas are triggers. Traumas are triggers. When you have been traumatized as a child or as a person, adults get traumatized by things. And when you think about it, they trigger you. Some people go kill people. Some people go shoot up a building because they had traumas that they didn't deal with. Some people drink. Some people cuss people out. Some people gamble. It's whatever it is. Traumas are triggers. And I believe that not properly managed, it can take you down a rabbit hole. My question, which leads me to this, Lee, man, this is so good. This is so good. Here it is. You did Yalla Van Zandt. What was your honest opinion about that? That's a form of counseling, I know it was on television, but it was supposed to be, I put in air quotes, it was supposed to be a form of counseling, a form of like a intervention to have a real conversation with you, with your friends, with your family, with your circle at the time. What was that experience like for you? And what do you think about counseling when it comes to you pouring out your soul about the traumas that trigger you?
She was amazing.
Okay.
And a lot of people say it was for TV, not my segment.
Okay.
Everything was all the way real. She was amazing. I've never had nobody at the time just stare me in my face and call me out on, and that's what she did. Now, being a grown woman and being talked to with force like that, of course, it'll send you somewhere else. Yeah. And that's why on one of them scenes, you see me outside with a cigarette in my hand and going to town.
Right.
But I got it. It wasn't fake. It was nothing. If I could do it again, I would do it again. I have nothing against her. I appreciate her. Yeah. And counseling, like a therapist, I've tried it before.
Okay.
It's just, I can't get past what I buried on purpose. I can't get past it. And I didn't like how it was. I didn't like how it felt when it was happening.
Okay.
And I don't like bringing it back up. I don't. And people be like, well, how are you going to deal with it? I mean, I really just want to forget about it. I don't want to bring it back up.
Yeah.
I don't, because when I forgive, I forgive. So, what's the purpose of forgiving and you have to continue talking about it? I don't see how that makes sense.
Yeah, here's my thing. I think counseling, I've gone to counseling. I lost my mother a couple of years ago, and I had to go to grief counseling. I didn't have to go. I chose to go to grief counseling, and I didn't want to go. I did not want to go. I'm going to be honest with you. And I have nothing against counseling, but I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't want to have to, like you just said, I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to have to sit in it. I think the concept of counseling is, if you can own it, sit in it, it can help you release through verbal communication, owning it, really just getting that out. For some people, it works. For other people, it does not work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. It sends them down a deeper rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And I'm not suggesting that you should stop, or you should stop counseling, or you should not find another form of something that can help you cope with it, or get through it, or get it out of you, whatever the case may be. But I just think that the deeper your traumas, the harder it is. And you have to be willing. It's a lot of work. It's like it's a lot of work. And I'm not comparing grieving to somebody who may have a drug addiction or alcohol, or maybe an alcoholic or anything like that, because there are levels of grieving. There are levels of counseling that you have to go through. But I do believe that it's important, but it's a lot of work. So to hear you say, I want to forget about it, I don't want to bring it back up, and it makes me angry, and it makes me uncomfortable to have to deal with that, and it could send you down a rabbit hole. Like, I'm wondering, what do you feel like you're going to do? Here's the thing. Drinking, we just discovered today that the triggers, the traumas are triggers, and they bring this thing up. It causes you to be like, hey, I'm gonna have me a drink, whatever. I don't want to deal with it. It numbs it. I don't feel like dealing with it. Okay, cool. But then it causes you to get arrested. It causes you to be seen publicly.
And that's being around the wrong people.
Okay, let's talk about that, because that was a question I wanted to know.
Because
do you have a good circle around you?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't. And so you mean to tell me just because I got arrested, that was the only time I drank, I guess.
I got you. I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that ain't the only time I drank, but the people that were around me. And it hurts.
Okay.
It hurts to know. And then they be like, well, you're a grown woman. Yeah, I can't tell you what to do. No, you can't. But you could definitely be like, hey, man, let's go over here. Let's do this. Let's go bowling. Let's go just, let's go shopping. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go do some things that at this moment don't obtain a bar or no liquor around. No, let's do that. Nah, you know why? Because I'm going to be the one that's paying for it.
They don't like that kind of preaching.
I'm paying for it. So, of course, why would we not go somewhere where we can drink for free?
That's nasty work. Man.
It's nasty work. And then when you stop drinking for a little bit because you don't have a hangover, see, now my hangovers are detrimental. Jesus. It's almost like I had the flu. It's 4 days. 4-day turnaround for me. So, that'd be good, though. It's bad. Oh, whiskey. But I didn't say it, but I'm just being honest, honest. But it's like I've had conversations with my dad, intoxicated, and my mom, and they had to hear certain things from me that I probably would never be able to tell them sober.
Wow.
Never. And just to hear their response, my dad is funny. He's real funny. He was like, he'll be like, that's all I knew at the time. That's what they taught me. So I'm only giving you what they taught me. And it broke me. So I can't be mad at my dad only now.
Got you.
I'm mad at his forefathers. I want to go to the gravesite and be like, what did you do to him? Why did you do that to him? Because I'm suffering because of what you did to him. My dad grew up pretty much the same way. He had a life, beautiful life, but he was restricted because of the church. And I hate that for him.
Yeah.
But he dealt with, from what I could see as a child growing up, even now, he dealt with his problems or his inner demons or his inner whatever better than me. He didn't run to the bottle. He didn't run to weed. He didn't run, so that was hard for him, I guess. But me, I'm just like, man, nah, I'm gonna just get this. But it's just, and I hope I'm not all over the place.
You're not.
But being arrested, it was just like, all right, okay, now, all right, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, Lee.
All right.
When I saw it, Lee, I said, all right, Lee. When I saw the first one, I was like...
The first one,
I was like,
had a little
all right,
moment.
Lee.
Yeah, had a little moment.
When I saw the second, I was like, all right, Lee.
Yeah.
And I started calling. I started DMing, calling.
Yes,
and
you
everything.
did. Yes, you did. But in that second mugshot was different because the lady, the young officer that arrested me, I felt like she was targeting me. She was a young black woman, one, and she was targeting me. I was just like, ma'am, I'm just trying to sit here and smoke my cigarette. Can you just... But are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, we all out here drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We all out here drinking. Why you bothering me?
Yeah.
And then I was like, so that's why that mugshot looks like that.
Do you think
because
she
she
knew
would... Hell yeah, she knew me.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
So
So
she's
it's
picking
like,
on you.
come on, man. I'm like, by that time I was like, and but what's funny is because I just yelled out, you know what? Just take me to the precinct. And we showed in the county. We counted. This isn't county. We wasn't in, up in,
Right.
I was like, and then I think that's when she was like, you know what? Yep, turn around. Stand up. Miss Johnson, turn around. This is not even a precinct that you're going to. You're going to county. And I was just like, oh. So then she wanted to talk to me in the car for 20 minutes, want to find out why I'm crying or why I'm dealing with this. And ma'am, just book me, please.
Yeah.
Book me. I'm good. Book me. So when she's telling me, Johnson, face forward, I'm like...
Gotcha.
So that's why that mugshot was like that, because by that time I was done. And I was just like, I said, oh, shit. I said it just like that.
What'd you say?
Oh, shit. I said, here it go. I briefed my daughter. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, hey, yep, you're getting ready to see another mugshot. Everything's okay. I'm good. I'm out. I'm in the hotel room. I'll fly in. I'll call you when I fly in. I briefed her, and she was like, Ma, who were you around?
Oh,
That's the first thing she asked.
who are you around?
Yeah. And I was just like, it's okay. She was like, no, it's not okay. No, it's not okay. So... And I'm not blaming them.
There you go. Okay.
I'm not blaming them at all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's kind of funny that when I'm by myself or if I'm around, certain people, it's a great night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a successful night. And if I'm around somebody that knows how to push buttons or poke the bear, that's not gonna be good.
It's not gonna be a good night.
That's not gonna be, and it hurts to know that you've been around people for so long, and this is the outcome. This is the outcome, and you be like, nah, they wouldn't do me like that, would they? Nah, I've been good. I've been good to them.
Yeah.
So at this moment, to watch people walk away after all of this, I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
I mean, walked away.
Wow.
Walked away. And I mean, I get it. Everybody can't handle it, but you got to be a fool to think that you okay and I'm not.
Yeah. So Lee, what do you say? What do you say to people who say, sounds like to me, she's sitting there talking to Ike, making excuses about everybody else, and she's not taking accountability for what she's doing?
I am taking accountability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just giving us context.
That's it.
Yeah.
I done been to treatment.
Okay.
More than once.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And me taking accountability is me sitting on this couch talking about it.
Come on. I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And still singing in the churches, knowing that they're going to think this way and think that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Still showing my face.
Yes, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Walking around, see, I don't want to get there because then
No, come on.
I'll feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
I ain't nobody out here trying to just do this and just do that and want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I just want you to stay out my business.
Yeah.
And if you can't stay out my business, at least come talk to me face to face.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind a phone or a computer, none of that. Come talk to me. We can do a whole tour.
Yeah, Lee. So
Come talk to me.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Doc.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm right here.
And I'm just
ain't hard to find.
Nothing, not at all. Not at all. And you know, I'm alone in this whole gospel industry. I'm alone.
What you mean when you say you're
I
alone?
am, because I'm different.
Okay.
I'm different. I thank God for you because you publicly love on me.
Right.
There's certain people that still publicly love on me, and there's certain people that don't.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna move me one way
Or the other.
or the other. Now, what I will do is I will always open my mouth and speak, sing, new music.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on me.
Right.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Because you ain't sleeping on yourself, but don't sleep on me. And just to feel that people gave up on you, I don't know if anybody ever felt that way before, but I mean, to see people give up on you.
Yeah, it hit different.
It hits different. They'll be back.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll
Absolutely.
be back.
Gotta tell somebody, can't keep it to myself. I'm just a nobody, trying to help somebody else.
Lee, when you do a podcast as a host, I think it's important, because I watch podcasts. That's my first one, so I'm not acting like I'm a pro. It's my first one. But I've watched a lot of podcasts. Some I love. I love a lot of podcasts. Some I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool. What makes me love them is when the interviewer, person who's doing the interview, asks the questions that the people want to hear.
Okay.
Right? You ask the questions that people want to hear, and then you give that person the truth. One thing that I'm standing 10 toes down on this podcast, because it's mine, is you don't have to agree with nobody that sits on this sofa. You don't got to agree with what I say. You can take this interview, chop it up, make clips, go on your post, analyze it, weaponize us with whoop us with the Bible, say he said this, and he sound like he leaning toward her, so he ain't helping her. You can do all that. But what you can't do is take away her truth, because it's her story.
Yeah.
And I want everybody who sits on my sofa or in my chair to make sure they know that it's your story that you're telling.
Yeah.
They don't gotta like it.
Yeah.
They can pick it apart, but it's still your truth. And I believe there's enough viewers who want to hear your truth versus people taking scriptures, trying to whoop us, trying to make us feel bad. The Bible says with love and kindness have I drawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's my problem, and let's go get to a question, but here's my problem, Lee. My problem is, it ain't the world that's killing you.
It's not.
It's church people.
It is.
The same church people that, in my personal opinion, I'm a church kid, we should be praying for you. We should be covering you. Covering you is not trying to hide what you're going through.
Right.
Covering you is like, she ours, and we got her.
Yeah.
And no matter how long it takes, we go walk with her. We go rock with her.
Yeah.
When she wrong, I'm gonna look at that in her face and say, you're wrong for that.
Yeah.
You're doing some stupid stuff. Chill out, Lee.
Yeah.
But we
And
ain't
that's
gonna
what
chill
I'm
out.
saying. And
Keep it
that's what I'm
100.
saying. Do more of that. You know what I'm saying? Than just saying, oh, here she go again.
And then you start distancing yourself.
Yeah. Oh. I knew it wasn't gonna be long. And it's like you said, taking accountability. It's like, and I know that's gonna be a big thing with them or whatever, but it's like, it's not hard to miss a drunken person. It's not hard to miss a person that's intoxicated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's right there.
Right.
But everything else, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. Drinking ain't my only vice.
Yeah.
That's not the only issue here.
Yeah.
Now, when it starts to affect my income, I talk to myself.
Okay.
You got to make a change. You got to do something different. It ain't just you no more. You got 4 kids.
Yeah. I feel that.
That's why when you ask me, do you think you have a problem? Yes, it's a problem. Oh, it's a problem. When I can't be productive, it's a problem.
Why is it that in the Bible, David, all my friends who know me always talk about David. They're like, you love that David. Ooh, David. David is a person that it's very clear in the Bible where David was cray-cray.
Yeah.
David was off the chain. He was ignorant. He had a temper problem. He killed. He was crazy. Yeah, we want to talk about what he did to Goliath, and that's amazing, but David had some stuff. And here's the thing that God did that people won't do. God didn't okay what David did.
Right.
He didn't agree with what David did. He wouldn't even like saying, oh, go, do what you're doing.
Right.
No, God was like, you crazy and you wrong.
Yeah.
But I rock with you because you're honest about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
When I have somebody sitting on the sofa and whether you're on stage, whether you're on somebody else's show, whatever you're doing, Lee, you're always honest. You've never lied about who you are. You've never tried to hide what you do. You never if you had a beef with somebody and you happened to be live, you would talk about them, you call names.
Yeah.
You that person.
Yeah.
So why is it that we won't take the same approach with Leandria Johnson that God took with David, that this man that we preach about in church every Sunday, and David, but when you have somebody like Leandra, we will not say, she's telling the truth about herself.
Yeah. They're angry. They're angry.
Angry what?
Because I'm still singing. They're angry because I ain't dead. They're angry because I'm still alive. What is it about her? Why can she do this and get away? It's not that I'm getting away with it. It's like it's here. It's from the heart. Anything I do, everything is from the heart.
100%. You can tell what the way you're saying.
So you mad at me because I'm living in my free? That's a little sick.
That's
You're a little sick in the head if you're thinking that way about me, because I don't bother you. I don't bother nobody. I'm just living my free. Now, do I need to get some things in order and make some changes? Yes. In a hurry? Hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm 42 years old. I could look at it and be like, all right, now, Lee, you done had a nice little fun ride now. Now it's time to get down to business.
Yeah.
And I can be honest, I haven't been on top of my business.
Got you.
I can be honest.
I love that.
And the alcohol plays a big part in it.
Oh, I love that.
So I gotta do some major adjustments.
Yeah. I love your honesty. Let me switch gears. I want you to go with me on this route real quick. You lost your brother. I know what that did to you. I know what that meant to you. I've had regular conversations with you, and you just broke down crying. What kind of effect did that have on your life? And have you been able to properly grieve losing your brother?
I haven't been able to properly grieve. He was my go-to. I'm the oldest. He was second oldest, but he lived his life like he was the oldest. Like my brother was going to clubs at 14, 15. Like he was a daredevil. He wasn't afraid. He was just, he saw it. He saw what I didn't see. And he always used to tell me, he was like, man, just whatever you do, just be true. If you ever want to figure somebody out, just listen to them talk. Just like he was that type of person. And he was just, and if he was alive right now, of course, and I have to just be honest, if he was alive right now, he'll just look at me and he'd be like, hey, he was like, Lily, come on, baby, you all right? You got this. Come on, let's get through this. Let's get through this, but it wouldn't be no scolding. It wouldn't be no, of course he's blood, but I'm just saying, necessarily don't have, I have two other brothers. They're younger than me, and they think they my dad, and, but it's just, he's gone and I'll never ever see him again.
Oh, yeah.
And people, well, we'll see him in the, no, there ain't no, see, that's a whole nother story. Now you know rapture, right? And some rapture. I'm never going to see my brother again. Never. I only see him in premonitions, dreams, spiritual visitations. That's the only time I see him, and it's so real, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
But I can tell when he's happy, and I can tell when he's concerned. When he don't visit me, that's a sign for me to be like, all right, come on now. You're a little better than this. You know, I can get on myself.
Yeah.
But don't you come pointing no fingers at me and trying to talk to me and tell me what to do. You get your ass together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think it's coming out now. It's coming out.
Come on.
You know. But and then you got to be okay to be able to just, like my brother and my daughter over there, they're like, Mom, okay, that's your 10th cuss word? Is that your 10th cuss? You know, but everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't live my life how you want me to live my life.
Yeah.
I have a relationship with God, whether you believe it or not. I do.
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't.
100%.
You know, so.
How do you keep his memory alive?
He was definitely a jack of all trades. You know, he loved to cook. You know, he was an entrepreneur. He loved to be that person to take care of the family, protect the family, cover the family. And I just find things that I know he would do or would be doing if he was still alive. And I just incorporate that into my life. And his playing, he was my dad was my first MD. He was my second MD. You know, they weren't called MDs back then, you know. But his music, his love for music, you know, and just trying to, you know, because I just get tired. And I could cry right now, but I just get tired of doing that.
Yeah.
Get tired. And he's definitely proud. Yeah. You know, he's definitely proud. I do know that. So if that answered,
absolutely,
you know, your question, how keeping his memory alive, and I hope that answered it.
100%.
Because, you know,
Lee, when you sing, what you go into a place. I'm gonna take you back. It was last year. It was in Dallas, Texas, at Exodus. Lee, I watched one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my entire life. When you walked out on the stage, you had on a long black sheer shirt. You had some dope tights shirt underneath it. You had some crazy cowboy boots. You had a cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. You had the MVP band playing for you. You walked out on that stage, Leandria, and you went to work. It was like you clocked in. It was like watching Kobe Bryant on the basketball court. It was like watching Michael Jordan on the basketball court. It was like watching Tom Brady on the football field. You snapped, and I was on the side of the stage. I ended up going to the front of the stage because when you took your boots off, you wanted to walk down. You're talking about like 5,000-6,000 people in the audience. Leandria, you destroyed that place. And I sat there as a singer, as a person who does this, been doing it for over 30 years. It's like you have that it factor. Where do you go when you sing? I don't care what you do. I don't care what you're going through. Every time you sing, you go to a place where you destroy everything that's in there. I see it in your eyes. It's like you snap. What is that?
Dang. It has a lot to do with the energy of the people, but I'm alive to do it. And knowing what I have to deal with once I leave that stage, I'm just, God, if I give you all of me now, can you cover me for the next 60 seconds? That's when I'm off this stage. Can you keep me from the bottle today?
Ooh.
Can you keep me from making a mistake in the next hour or two? I want to give it right here, all right here, because I'm going to need you once I get off this stage. Because I feel it right now. But when I calm down, it takes me at least 2 hours to calm down. After any performance, 2 hours. I can't eat. I can't talk. I can't even have a drink until I calm down. So cover me now. I'm sewing for my next hour because I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, I don't want to get arrested tonight, God. Okay, I'm giving you everything right here. Everything. I'm pouring out, but I need you to fill me back up as I'm pouring out. I need all of that right here because I don't know what's going to happen when I leave this stage. Oh. And that's the That's a tug of war like none other. Like fear, excitement, honesty, truth. Like, please let me have a good night tonight.
Wow.
I want to have a good night tonight.
That's so strong because when I hear people say, and I've heard this on social media, trying to be nice, but it just be some idiots. People are just so stupid. They say things that just don't make sense. And it's like, yeah, everybody has, social media gives everybody a platform. You can say what you want to say. They would never say it to your face. Most people wouldn't. But I've heard people say like, it's y'all fault. Y'all keep inviting her to your churches. Y'all keep bringing her.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that because I got some names.
Yeah, well, let's go.
Yeah, let's talk because and that's what gets me. Like there's this, and I was told not to really say anything, but there's this one preacher. He's a bishop.
Who?
He's a Kojic bishop, actually, and I just.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I met him. And I just.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I met him and I shook his hand. And I looked him in his eye. I say, "Hi, I'm Leandria Johnson." Oh, hi, whatever. I just wanted him to see me. Because I knew that if he had not already had something to say about me, he was going to say something about me. But I wanted him to see my eyes right here. Because see, I got to be careful.
You look at.
I'm looking at my brother. I'm looking at my brother. I got to be careful because you don't know what nobody knows about you.
They don't like that kind of preaching.
You don't know. So you putting your mouth on somebody like you squeaky. And you ain't squeaky.
You ain't squeaky, my nigga.
And all I'm going to say is be careful. You have been warned. Be careful because I ain't just be careful.
Yeah. And there ain't no threat.
And I don't want to come to your church.
Well, they can't afford you.
I don't want to come to your church.
They can't afford you.
Your church is full of death. If they're in there and you the leader and they following you, they're dead.
Jesus.
And I feel for every member that's in there. They're dead. They're held captive. They think they're living, but they're dead. And in a minute, if you keep talking like that, all of them gonna be living in that church. That's gonna become a home for real, for a lot of them. But anyway.
No, that's real talk. It's real talk, Lee. I feel like people are so bold, and they're so bold in their conversations. They're so bold in their. I always think it's just stupid for a pastor.
Yeah, man.
To get in a pulpit and use a Sunday morning experience.
Yep.
To raise hell about a gospel artist.
Yeah.
Or about another preacher.
Yep.
It's like, nigga, we don't want to hear that.
Right.
Preach the Bible.
Right.
Preach the Bible. It's like, and since we're talking here, bloggers, I don't have no hate on how nobody get their bread.
Right.
Do what you got to do. We live in a different day. It's about evolution. If you're not evolving, you're expiring. So if that's where we are in life and that's where you got to go, do you.
Right.
But you'll talk about an artist that has an issue. You talk about a pastor that may be manipulating people or stealing or taking money. But you killing us and you monetizing, making money off stories. I'm trying to figure out how you making money dogging somebody who you feel like taking money. You ain't edifying nobody. You sowing seeds of discord. You tearing people down. I just don't understand why we can't take another approach as believers. I'm not saying, say, oh, turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to what Leandria's doing or what Isaac is doing or what anybody's doing. I'm saying, why can't we take another approach and be mature and say, we go cover them. We go pray for them. We go chat. That was the time, if you that bad, my guy, when a woman, follow me, when a woman looked you in your eye, held out her hand and said, hi, I'm Leandria Johnson. Why didn't you say something?
Exactly. Because he probably, I don't know. He couldn't. I would have kicked him in his knees. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to like, I'm really serious because I'm like, you know what it will take, and I don't even know what I may be starting right now because you know you're gonna have some ones that'll come up in there and come to see you and want to take a picture afterwards and want to do this and want to. I mean, let's talk. What's up? Like I mean, I'm 42, but I mean, you know,
what's up?
I used to get beat up.
Oh, used to is the key word.
Yeah, and I don't fight fair. I will bite your ass. I'm telling you, and I mean it. And I mean that. I mean that, because ain't no telling what's going on out here in the world. I'm telling you. I'm just saying, but you know, not trying to cause any harm, you know, but I'm just saying, like, that's to me, that's respect.
Yeah.
Like, I know you talking, but I want you to look me in my eye and know that I'm shaking your hand. Yeah, he ain't want to say nothing. Where your grandkids? Where your daughters? You know what I'm saying? Even your sons. I don't fought a few boys before. I ain't gonna say I can beat them, you know what I'm saying? But you'll know I was there.
You know I was there.
You'll know I was there.
Me.
Hey, huh?
Somebody go feel me.
Come on. That's what I'm saying, you know? And I'm just like, but even like when you was talking about the reporters, like, I always say this. If it's true, call me. I'm gonna tell you if it's true or not. If it's
What's
true,
one reporter who's done it the right way?
Larry Reed.
Larry Reed.
I have to give it. A lot of people don't like him.
A lot of people don't like him.
But he's done it. He's a real one.
I've met him 2 or 3 times. Always been kind to me.
Yeah.
Always been nice. He's from North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. I think he knew my mom. Very nice dude. Very cool. Funny. You know, you have a perception of people based off clicks.
Yeah.
And things you see and things that people say. Right. I've never had a negative experience with him. But you're saying he's good people.
He's great. He's great. Yes, because he will call me. He say, is this true? I'm like, yeah. He was like, so I could talk about it? I said, make your money. I said, just like that.
Wow.
Make your money. And I'm okay, because it's true. I said, now, if it's false, don't talk about me in that way. Don't even talk about it, because that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
And he's always honored that.
He's honored that. He's honored that. Now that McCrae, I'm going to have to roll up on him.
Who?
McCrae. I'm going to have to roll up on him.
William McCrae.
I'm going to have to, because I done told him. I was like, I gave him the same opportunity. I say, man, stop around here blowing this type stuff up and it ain't true. Like you said, making money off of it. And, you know, just if people can respect that. So
he ain't do it the right way.
Yeah, McCrae, and it's a lot of them. What's the other person? Since we on talking about them. What is it? They out of Carolina too.
Carolina
Gossip.
Right.
Carolina Gossip.
I ain't never heard of them.
No, it's somebody. I want to roll up on him too. I really do, because I'm like, what kind of beef you got with me? Because them be the same ones that say, I don't know a lot of people by name. I'll remember you by face. And then these people could be talking about me and smiling in my face, want a picture.
100%.
Want an interview. Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I've grown to that place, Lee.
Yeah.
I've grown to the place where if I know you don't fool with me,
yeah,
I don't fool with you.
Yeah.
And it's not, that's petty. No. What you're not gonna do is talk about me like a dog, run me down, and then get in my face and be like, yo, what's up? I don't like that.
Yeah.
If you don't fool with me, stay over there.
Please.
We don't gotta do the industry thing. We don't gotta do that, because it's like, yo, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't like that. The industry can breed those type of relationships.
Yeah.
You could have, I've had some artists, people that don't like me. I have some people who don't really care for me. I don't really bother people like that either. I kind of been off the grid. I don't even do music as much as I used to. But It's like, this is my problem. People hold you to who you were. They never want to see the evolution of where you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people hate me for something I may have done 15, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 8 years ago.
Wow.
And you stupid enough to think that I'm still the same person today as I was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So you holding on to something. But here's the problem. That ain't the problem. Here's the problem. You say you save. You say you love God.
Lies.
And you looking at who I was, holding a grudge to where I am. You haven't even been in my life. You haven't even walked with me. You don't know where I've been to even say, people change.
Yeah.
What if he's different?
Yeah.
Like, how does that make you feel? Because one thing I know you. I know you. We don't talk every day. We don't get a chance to hang out as much. But when we talk like we ain't missed a beat. Lee, people will say, oh, she's relapsing. She's going back. You are as solid in your conversation. You are as aware when it comes to your surroundings. You're very aware. Even when you may be in a situation, you're very aware. People don't give you the benefit of the doubt. How does that make you feel when you feel like, yo, my nigga, I ain't where I want to be, but I ain't where I used to be?
Yeah. It's I ain't gonna lie, I still feel, anxious when I have to go around people that I've known that have seen my mugshot and all that. I still feel anxious.
It's understandable.
And I'd be like, only because I'm like, okay, I know you saying something. Don't let me hear it. Please don't let me hear it.
Don't let me hear it.
And it's just, what else can I say to there's nothing that I can say that will probably change your mind about what you think of me.
Facts.
So I only can speak when I'm ready to speak or want to speak, like now.
Like now.
But I'm not going to go home and bury myself in the pillow or even in the bottle because of how you feel.
Yeah, you don't got that much
now,
power over me. You don't got that much power over me.
That won't happen.
Yeah, you ain't that important.
You're not.
Yeah, people think they're so important that your opinion is going to move me one way or the other. It's like, here's the thing. The only people that can hurt me are people that I'm in covenant relationship with, I do life with. If I don't do life with you and you just know me because you know my music, or I see you at church, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think about me. It's the people that walk with you, that come in your house, that eat with you, that betray you. That's when it bothers me.
Yeah, I've been drunken like Noah around the wrong people. I've let the wrong people see me at my worst.
Got you. That's good, Lee.
I did that. I did that because I don't know why, because I just think that, oh, Lee, I love you. All right, I'm praying for you, girl. All right, call me. Let's link up. And I take that to heart.
Yeah.
And I be myself and not knowing that I'm just, that just ain't good. So those things like that, I'm changing.
Got you. I love it.
I'm starting there.
100%.
I'm changing. I ain't saying that I'm just going to completely just, but I am not going to allow myself to be vulnerable or to be open around everybody.
I heard somebody say it like this. They said, if you can't walk in deliverance or walk in discretion, if you're not at the place where you are over it and you're ready to be delivered from whatever you may be dealing with, you got to be discreet.
And I take that as like, big brother, little sis. I could receive that. Yeah. Because I get it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like I say all the time, one day that bottle will one day not be on my prayer list. I'm believing that wholeheartedly. Yeah. I am.
I'm touching agreeing with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? I do believe that one day it will not be on my prayer list. I do believe that. And I'm just like, but
you're gonna conquer it.
Yes. But then as I'm fighting through this, I don't, and I really don't even, and I don't even after this interview, this podcast, I really don't want nobody walking up on me talking about, man, I heard, I don't even want to hear that.
Yeah.
Don't pat me on the back.
Yeah.
Don't be like, girl, oh my God, I feel you. I don't even want that.
Yeah.
Because it's become so destructive, or the way it is, you just kind of just want to be away from everybody. Just want to be silenced.
Yeah.
Look at it, enjoy it, share it, and let's get this thing way on up where it needs to be. But just, I don't even want to hear nothing.
Be.
Yeah, let me be. I don't want to hear nothing.
My suggestion is pray for her. Can your brother's here?
Yeah.
Your brother's here. Can your brother join us? You want to join us, boss? Come on up, bro.
If you want to, and this is the meek and mild one, but he's a Taurus. So
when your birthday? I'm April 28th. I'm a Taurus.
So he don't bother nobody, but when he explodes, he explodes.
That's the dangerous kind.
Yeah.
The ones who like, I don't want no smoke.
Yeah.
I ain't bothering nobody.
Yeah.
But if you take me there, it's gonna take the cherubim and the seraphim to get me off of you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's dangerous.
And this is him. And then my brother Mike, he's the one who originally wanted to be here, but Mike, he a Gemini. He a Gemini. And he just gonna do some crazy stuff. You're gonna be like, all right now. All right. All right, cut! Yeah, but...
Bro, let me ask you a question about your sister. So this your oldest sister, right? How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when, number one, Lee may have an episode where she's drinking in public, or she go live, or people are running their mouth talking about something she did or something she said. As a brother, how does it make you feel?
Just pretty much just trying to, cover her and protect her. Like, just like you say, everybody gonna say something and have their opinion of what's going on or whatever, but just pretty much just trying to stay in her corner too. Like, I don't want to have her feel like I'm pushing her away too. Like, oh, Leah, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She knows she shouldn't be doing it.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So
not necessarily telling her what she already knows, just supporting her and letting her know we gonna get through this one too.
yeah. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Do you hold her accountable in your own way? Do you tell her you tripping, you doing too much?
Most definitely.
Really?
Most definitely.
Does she receive it?
But how does that end up?
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
I'm the oldest. That's what she said. I'm the oldest. I came out first. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we trying to tell her, like, how you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
So do you throw your hands up at that point, but like, or do you be like, no, I don't care? Do you double down?
it's sometimes, hey, I picked her up. And hey, come on. Like, she trying to, no, let me alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, come on. I'm dragging you. I'm for the drag. Like, no. If it come to that point, like, I'm trying to, but it did come to a point where I had to throw my hands up. And it was one of those times that she got arrested. Like, I couldn't get her in. I was like, Leanne, these people, they done told you, come on, you know what I'm saying? This now you know what I'm saying? It's disorderly.
Yeah.
Come on. Top of I couldn't do it. I pulled the truck around, and as I'm pulling the truck around, the police pulling up. And I'm like, dog, we just agreed that we finna leave. She left out of the establishment, and that's what it was. I was like, I was right there. Yeah. And I felt like it was my fault because just those couple seconds like that, you know what I'm saying? We got into it. So if I would have just stayed calm and just kind of like, Leanne, come on, for real, let's do, you know what I'm saying? Let's get up out of here.
Yeah.
She went one way, you know what I'm saying? And when I come back, I called. I was like, where y'all at? Y'all should have been back by now. She been arrested. And I'm like, man. So that was just like, I was just with you a minute, 2 minutes ago, and now this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just felt like I could have did more.
Lee, how does that make you feel to hear your brother say, I could have done more? when at the time he felt like I did everything I could do in that moment, and you kind of resisted. You was like, leave me alone, I'm good. Is there, I don't want to use the word guilt, but is there like, God, dog, man, I can't.
No, yeah, because I don't want him to feel that way.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't his fault that I got arrested. It was my fault.
So this is my camera right here. This is my camera. Let me say this. For everybody who's watching this interview, who's locked in and loaded, that are going to say, or were prepared to say, I've been listening to this interview for an hour. She ain't took accountability yet. She just took accountability. She's taken it several times in this interview, if you're listening. If you just want to be a person who wants to pick it apart, then, do what you do. But I just want to make sure that you heard her say, it's not his fault. She take full accountability for what she's done and she's working on it. How many times have you been in a situation where you've been struggling with something and you're dealing with something and you want people to show you grace, and you get it. But it's almost like, for me, it's like you want grace, but you're not willing to extend it. All I'm asking is that we hear her, we cover her, we pray for her, not accept it, not excuse it. I'm a pusher. I'm not her brother, but I feel like I'm an extended brother to her. I will tell Leandra, you need to chill. You're doing too much. Come on, let's go. I love you. I call her, we'll text, or whatever the case may be. But I don't leave her. All we're asking today is that y'all rock with her. Rock with my sister as she goes on her journey. I wanted to make that clear because I know people are going to try to pick this apart and say she never took accountability and responsibility for the role that she played.
But what does that sound like? What does that sound like?
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
Well, Lee, let me say this. This is what I've learned.
No. I'm saying, look, I want you to look back in that same damn camera and ask that question.
What else do y'all want her to say?
What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
what is it?
Yeah, we have comment sections. If you're watching this, you can put the comment on when this goes out. I want you to.
What, I messed up?
She said that.
I messed up. I did. I really did. I put my family in danger. I put myself in danger. I could have killed somebody. I used to drink and drive. I don't even drink and drive anymore. I used to be that irresponsible. Is that what you want to hear? I've made changes. You don't know it, but I've made changes. I would never get behind the wheel again intoxicated. Never. I've seen too many people that I love had to deal with somebody that lost their family because somebody was irresponsible. So yes. Okay, so next, what else? What else should I say? Almost ruined relationships? Yes. Okay, what else you want me to say? I could have been locked up in prison for a year. I got a case still pending. What else you want me to say? That I'm still dealing with. An open case right now that I'm still dealing with right now. What else you want me to say? What did he want me to say? What do you want me to say? The actual words, I take accountability for my actions? Okay, I take accountability for my actions. Then you're going to start thinking I'm trying to be funny.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
But are you making the steps to change and do better? And
yes, I am making the steps to change and do better. But it ain't going to be on your time.
There it is.
That's it. Yeah.
Because he's still dealing with me.
Yeah. He's dealing with us all.
All of us.
And my time may take longer than your time. This ain't a problem for you. My problem is not a problem for you. But you're probably over there fat and greasy About to die. You know the doctor told you to stop. And you still eating.
I just love what you said too. Like you came to the conclusion that the bottle's not gonna be on your prayer list.
Oh,
you believe God that. And
I do.
believe for myself,
I do
whatever
believe- I
I'm
do
going
believe.
through, whatever I believe God is going to see us through to the end. You know what I'm saying? This just everybody go through. We're not condoning nothing. We're not, you know what I'm saying? But I believe God.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I do believe God is
Yeah.
going to see you through this.
Yeah.
And you're going to be great. You're going to, what everybody thought of you before anything happened, it's still going to come to pass. Still going to come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? So I believe.
Man, you got a crew of people that's going to rock with you, that's going to support you, that's going to push you, that's going to pray for you. Everybody, here's the thing. You can have 1,000 comments. 900 of them can be positive. But that 100 people, those are the ones we gravitate to because they the loudest.
Yeah.
But the fact that you took accountability several times, the fact that you owned it, the fact that you're very present in where you are, the fact that you're aware, I have 4 kids. I got family. I got people that are dependent on me. I want this for myself. You don't got, Lee, you don't got to say nothing else. We go walk with you. We love you. We honor you.
You know I could have been tipsy today. I could have been drinking today.
Yeah.
I could have.
And I didn't ask you not to. I ain't say,
You ain't
we didn't
say
even go there.
nothing.
I just said, come pull
You said
up.
not. You didn't say don't take a sip, don't take a nothing. You didn't say none of that. You just said, sis, come. We love you. We glad that you're here. Just come. And that's what I did. But I respect you that much.
Thank you.
I respect this, your team. I respect to get the best out of me, the best from me. So I said no for now. Oh, they ain't gonna like that.
They ain't gonna like that for now.
Wait, they ain't gonna like that for now.
That for now is a shift.
It's a shift.
It's a
Don't
shift.
sleep on me, though.
Don't sleep on me.
Don't sleep on me.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on.
I'm telling you, coming soon. You know. Speaking of, oh, thank you. This just ice.
Oh, I ain't getting nervous. I was about to say what we doing here. She brought the ice. I thought she was about to say, let's eat this thing with a bang. Lee, I thought you were about to eat this thing with a bang. It was like, and for all the bags.
Because I was setting it up, right? I was setting it up. Okay.
For all of this buzz for you.
Yeah. I was setting it up. Okay. No, y'all, this got.
Ooh, that thing blessed me.
Yeah.
If you saw my eyes, I said.
No. Woo, I'm so glad that this glass is nothing but ice in it right now. But I'm speaking to myself right now. Oh, it's all right, it's okay, Leandria. You gotta know that God, my God.
Listen, y'all know I like to keep it sharp, clean, and classy on the Isaac Carree Show. So I got to give major shout outs to my homeboy, Antar LeVar, the menswear line that had your boy looking right on a few episodes. Antar LeVar is where excellent meets elegance. The fit, impeccable. The details, next level. The confidence, automatic. If you're a man who knows his worth and wants to dress like it, Antar LeVar is the move, period. Big thank you to the team at Antar LeVar for keeping me suited, styled, and show ready. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you visit antarlevar.com and get fly like your boy.